So in our research last year, and we systematically studied those third-party, just payment service. We call it Xia service, CAS, right? And we're looking at the service provided by PayPal, Amazon Payment, Google Checkout, and we look at the integration in those web application, and in web store software. Right? This year we further study those login API provided by Facebook, Google, those big name service provider. There are a lot of problems there, and it's very difficult to make them right. So to understand how the things happen, here I give you an example, right? And imagine you just go to this website, buy.com. So everyone know what is buy.com, right? And go there to buy, just a knapsack, for example, right? And you want to purchase that bag. So what's going to happen? And you can choose the things just like a checkout with PayPal. You can do checkout with PayPal, right? You click the button, checkout with PayPal. So once you click that button, and what's going to happen is, and your browser is going to send send a request to buy.com. Buy.com is going to redirect you to PayPal, right? Now the PayPal, and you can click the button, pay now. Right? Everyone familiar with this, right? And you can click that button, pay now. So pay after you did the payment, and PayPal going to redirect you back to buy.com, right? And also send a payment certification to buy.com, and basically tell buy.com this guy has paid, right? The certificate has been signed. So even if the communication goes through your browser, and you have a little chance to modify it without being detected, just because everything has been signed, right? It is perfect. And but still there's some problem in this setting, right? And look at this environment. Buy.com take care of the the item management, right? And will PayPal take care of payment, right? And so the most important things is these two parties need to stay on the same page. There shouldn't be any misunderstanding between these two parties, because otherwise, there will be in trouble, right? So let me give an example. It just like, what happened in my family, right? I have a 7-year-old who is pretty naughty, right? And he wants to get some candy from us. We don't want to give it to him because we want to protect his, his truth. And but what he can do here is he can talk to my wife. Daddy said I can do that. And he can talk to me, mommy said I can do that, right? If my wife and I don't have a good communication, then he get it. Is that right? And so this, he almost succeed if I didn't overhear what he told my wife. So it's just to make it make multiple parties to stay synchronized is very difficult things. So now I'm going to show you something real. So this is what we started. We started some very famous web store software, open source, not commerce, and some closed source, some proprietary software, just Interspy. And we started those big web stores, gi.com, buy.com. And unfortunately to say, they are full of loopholes. And go ahead, any question? Okay. So so here I give you an example. And this is an e-commerce and a famous web store software. It's integration of Amazon payment, right? And I don't expect you guys can understand this. It's very complicated, right? The only reason I put up the slides here, just show you the things, is very complicated, way more complicated than you can imagine. And so what really happened, in a simpler form, is something like this. And suppose you are the shopper Chuck, right? You want to buy something from this web store operated by Jeff. So what you can do here is you send a request. Jeff, I'm going to buy a DVD from your store, right? And then what Jeff does is it will generate a redirection, right? Redirect you to Amazon to pay for that DVD, right? Does this make sense to you guys? Right? So just on this redirection, over this redirection, Jeff is going to send a message to Amazon. So basically the content something like this, just the order ID is 123. And this guy needs to pay $10 for that order. And once it is done, and you can notify me, and and through this number. Actually, you know, what happened is not a telephone number. It's something we call, you know, return URL. Return URL is essentially a link which, you know, just Amazon can use to send a notification back to Jeff. The things will send to Amazon through Chuck, but everything has been signed. So Chuck has no chance to modify even a single bit of the content without being detected. Does this make sense to you? Okay. So then Chuck will present this message to Amazon. You know, just, and when Amazon receives this message, then you know, just, and it will ask you to pay, right? The Chuck will, let's say, pay $10 and for this order at Amazon. Once it is done, you know, just Amazon will send, you know, a payment notification, payment certificate, let's say, back to Jeff. Again, in some cases directly, in some cases through your browser, but anyway, it will go through this return URL to notify the party, you know, just and you know, just and indicate by the Jeff's first message, right? And so, you know, just and Jeff checked the message. Yes, $10 has been paid for this order. Everything has been signed. So this is a perfect word. So I can ship the product to Chuck. Make sense? The thing is very simple, clear cut, right? Then I'm gonna show you how can we go there to purchase this DVD without paying a single penny. Right, you know. Okay, so this is what happened. If you and Chuck, if he's smart enough, he can come up with this idea, right? You know, just and he can open his own, you know, just Amazon seller account, you know, just and anonymously. You can do that, and we did that. You know, just and actually all you need to do is spend $25 to buy a MasterCard gift card. Then you know, just then you can use that gift card to open an account there, without your name there. You can give you whatever name. You know, just in this case, for example, give your name Mark, right? And then after that, in this case, and this Chuck has you know, two identity, right? And he the shopper. In the meantime, he also the seller Mark, right? And now the game he can play is, again, he go to Jeff to ask for, you know, just and looks like trying to purchase a DVD, right? And Jeff say yes and send this message and through redirection. And you know, just to Chuck. The message has been signed, perfectly protected. But what Chuck can do is he can simply drop that message to come up with a different one. That one with identical content, something like the same order number, the same price, right? The only difference is, you know, just and it looks like, and the purchase is made and with Mark. Mark, remember, Mark is another name for Chuck, right? It's, you know, just it is his, you know, just own seller account, right? And he generated this message, which is signed by Mark. You know, just a kind of, you know, funny, you know, just and seller, you know, produced by Chuck himself, right? And send this message to Amazon. So from Amazon's viewpoint, it looks like Chuck is trying to buy this DVD from Mark's web store, right? Of course, everything looks perfect. The order is, you know, order number and the amount of dollar, signature. The signature is perfect, right? So in this case, what Amazon is going to do is, and you know, let Chuck pay and transfer his payment to Mark's account, right? But keep in mind, right now Mark is Chuck himself, so essentially he transferred the money to his own account, right? And but the tricky thing here is, after payment is done, right, in this message, you can still ask Amazon to notify Jeff and use Jeff's return URL. You understand what I'm talking about, right? So think about the whole thing from Jeff's viewpoint, right? 1 minute ago, and this guy just come to my store and tell me he want to buy a DVD. Then I send, you know, just and I send a payment notification with this order number, with this amount of money, and redirect him to Amazon, right? This is what I did 1 minute ago, right? 1 minute later, Amazon tell me this guy paid for this order number. I search my database, yes, this order number is there. And with that amount of money, yes, it is there. And purchase for this DVD, everything looks okay, right? So how are you going to think, right? You will think, you know, just obviously, and this guy done the payment with Amazon, right? Now it's time and for you to ship the product to that guy, right? But what really happened is, you know, just and Chuck, just as I mentioned, pay to himself, right? And just and Jeff is not going to see a penny, just and Chuck is going to get the DVD for free. Does this make sense to you guys? Just and this can really happen.